In this video, we are going to look at why everybody is looking at moving to stay in Accra and what are some of the challenges of living in Accra. We are also going to look at what are the alternatives if you don't want to live in Accra, how much land costs in different places in Accra. We are going to look at the current cost of land in the prime areas, in the middle income areas, and then in the upcoming areas. And we are going to have a very real talk about some of the challenges of living in Accra. Why this topic, somebody may be asking. Every single week during the consultation sessions that we have here at Africa Building Hub, we have people asking us this question. Should I buy, for example, land in Accra, somewhere like East Legon Hills, which is selling for like $70,000, $80,000, or use that land money to go and buy land cheaper outside of Accra, because places like Koforidia are selling for 5,000, 6,000 cedis, even 10,000 Ghana cedis, and buy like an acre and do something better with it? In this video, we are going to answer that question and more. We are also going to look at the reason why people are choosing Accra. And at the end of the video, we are going to let you know the tips to avoid the most common mistakes when it comes to buying, renting, or building in Accra or anywhere else in Ghana. Now, this is Africa Building Hub. We are creating a community of people who are looking at buying, building, or renting in Ghana. But we believe that whatever topic we share here is relevant to any part of Africa, like Nigeria. Before we get started, though, I'm curious to know, where are you watching from? And also, what do you think of Accra in general? Share all your thoughts in the comment section. And please, we have a very live, interactive chat session. So just click on the link that's going to be in the YouTube chat or on the WhatsApp community to join if you want to share your thoughts. Now we are going to get straight into the question of the day. This is one of the questions that came through our consultation sessions. It says, as a first-time buyer, how do you identify a land you cannot easily resell? This is a very, very important question that the person wants to know, because for them, when they are buying land, they are thinking of, it's not a permanent thing, right? I want to buy land. I probably want to use it for, like land banking, and then in a few months or years, it appreciates and I sell. And I want to avoid the pitfalls where I buy land and I cannot easily resell, or even I buy land, but I don't want to build again. I've changed my mind. And there's somebody who is in the diaspora who booked a consultation session with us and asked this question because they are unclear. They are not sure of building and investing in Ghana, which blows my mind, because Ghana is an amazing place. Accra is a really great place to live in. And we are going to look at all the reasons, right? The first tip I would give to anybody who is like looking for a property to buy and wants to test the viability or the resellability of that property or land is, before you buy, can you put that property up for sale on like a Facebook marketplace, a GG, a Tonaton, your WhatsApp status, and see the level of interest or demand in those areas? If you are finding it difficult to get people to even comment about the land and the price, it should give you a hint as to whether you would be able to easily resell or not. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, what are the things that you would look out for when you are buying land? For example, for me, if I'm looking out for land today, I'm looking for land that has good roads, because I've been bitten severally where you buy land today, the road is terrible. You're expecting that maybe in 5 years the road will get developed, and it doesn't. And when you move in there, the cost of repairs for your shock absorbers and your car like that, in the end, is so much. Again, you want to avoid land that is on government property. How would you know that this land is on government property? Search the area on Google, right? And see what the government's plans for the land is. For example, the Pokrasi interchange, before it got expanded, or the road, the Amasaman Accra road got expanded, a lot of people's houses were broken. These people, if they had done a basic search, would have known that the government has plans for that area. And so those are some of the things that you need to check. Again, is the land on like a waterlogged area? Is it on a Ramsar site? A few weeks ago, we came here we shared with you places that you need to avoid buying land at because they are on water bodies and they will get broken. The new government in Ghana is very strong on avoiding some of these things. So again, I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? And with that said, let's move into the next trending news. This trending news is, will the cost of building material be coming down with the depreciation of the dollar? Will the cost of building materials be coming down with the depreciation of the dollar? And this is a question that someone asked on our Instagram channel, because we've been speaking about the fact that after every election year, the cost of building materials will increase. And indeed they have. But strangely, something has happened in the world that we didn't anticipate. We didn't anticipate that the dollar will fall this bad, right? It has literally moved from 16 to 13 Ghana cedis per dollar, and which is very significant in Ghana. And people are wondering, will the prices of building materials reduce? Because today, a bag of cement is selling between 120 cedis to 130 cedis for the 32.5 hour or even the 42.5 hour grade. And scarily or strangely, cement bags are in shortage, in scarce supply. You can hardly find cement to buy in many places in Ghana. And so this person is wondering, should they wait for prices to go down or they should not? Again, comment where you are watching from and let us know if you would want to build in Accra or not. Etonam, what do you have to say before we continue?
I think to live in Accra, I mean, it's good, it's fun, right? But based on a few calculations I did right before the live, I realized that to live in Accra is actually not as easy as it looks like, especially for the young people. And let me put that Gen Zs in perspective, right? Anybody who's below 25, who's not from an extremely wealthy background and who's trying to make it for themselves. So, I mean, eventually we'll figure it out if Accra is a place to live or to leave.
Okay, so we have a comment on the YouTube live. Ibrahim Abu Junaid said, Tripoli is my target. Oh, bro. Brief me about the location, bro. I'm watching from the UK, so it's good to have you watching from the UK. Again, want to hear everybody who is watching, where are you watching from? I think Tripoli is one of the upcoming areas because it's in the eastern side of Accra, close to Pram Pram. You have something to say?
So the Volta region road. And the roads over there are actually good. They are like markets and things. They are in close proximity in the area.
Okay.
The lands are not too far from the road. So yeah, it's a good place to look at. And they're not overly priced, at least not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. I think it's a really good point. Not yet. ATM International says, I'm watching from NC, USA. So a lot of people watching from the diaspora and all that. Hope says, good evening, my people from Americans living in the eastern region. Okay, so your good evening is specifically for people watching from America living in the eastern region. Interesting. Very interesting. You want to say something?
Yes, on the Tripoli thing. 3 years ago, land in Tripoli was selling for 7,500. Or 3 years ago. But now the same plot of land is selling for 15,000.
Okay.
So if you want to buy, you can buy now. But if you want to wait, I mean, the more you wait.
So yeah, what you're saying is that in 3 years the price has doubled.
Yeah.
Right. So in another 3 years it could double or triple or something of the sort.
Yeah.
Right. Fantastic. All right. So let's go into, I mean, why people would want to live in Accra. Like, Accra is a beautiful place.
It is.
Though, like, we keep bashing Ghana and Accra and all that, but look at the visuals on your screen, right? This is drone footage of Accra. And to somebody who doesn't know better, they will probably think, this is AI-generated image or something. But Accra is truly a beautiful place. Though not all the roads are tarred and stuff like that. On your screens, you are seeing the Independence Square, you are seeing the Accra Sports Stadium, and lots of high-rise buildings, you know, within the Central Business District. Places like Osu, places like Ridge, cantonments, really, really beautiful. And Accra is, for me, one of the most important places in Accra, in Ghana, right? Because one, the airport is in Accra, the international airport or the major international airport is in Accra. And then Accra also has like seaports.
Yeah.
So there's airport and there's seaports at Tema. And then Accra is also like a coastal region in Ghana. And so we have a lot of like trade activities happening in Accra. And from the time of the colonial masters and all that, they settled and built Accra like as the regional capital
Okay.
of Ghana.
Yeah.
You understand? So it has a lot of infrastructure development.
Everybody
It has
brings
a
their
lot
business
of
here.
rich culture.
Yeah.
It has a lot of like places where diplomats live,
Yeah.
where all the high-end schools are universities, the
So-
best universities in Accra and some in West
Hey,
Africa
relax.
are over here.
Relax.
No, it's true now.
No,
We have
relax,
the Ridge
relax.
Hospital, the
Yeah.
Kolebu hospitals, you know, the best SHS and all these
I
things.
don't know where these.
All of these.
This is not. Please let's.
No, relax. All of them are in Accra. We have malls, Accra
I
Mall.
object, but you can proceed.
You are not on camera, so don't worry.
You can proceed.
We have Accra Mall, we have West Hills Mall, we have Achimota Mall. So there are lots of things when it
Okay.
comes to infrastructure here. Right. So Benjamin Krenzel says another area is Winneba Junction. Okay, we'll check it out.
Okay, we'll do that.
Hope says good evening. Fantastic. And we have a whole series coming up. We've traveled to some of these locations which are upcoming and all that. We are even doing comparisons between those places and places like the more established places like East Legon cantonments and Ridge and stuff like that, right? So that you can see what you are getting for each area. So if you are new to the channel, by all means, I would encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. Like and subscribe so that you don't miss when we drop all these amazing videos. ATM International says I have some land that I want to build on in Amasama. Amasama is an upcoming area. The roads currently are terrible, but when it's completed, the place is going to be high value. It's a strategic location because it connects Accra to Kumasi, and Kumasi is another very important historical place in Ghana. Ibrahim Abu Junai says, nice program, guys. Keep it up. Fantastic. So let's move on to the allure, why people like Accra. The first thing, like I said, is the strategic location. It has all the schools, the healthcare, the facilities, the malls, entertainment hub. So if you are someone who likes entertainment, you like chilling, there's no shortage of places where you can go and eat, you can go and have fun. There are hotels, there are guest houses. There are places with rooftop swimming pools.
Not just one, not just two,
Not just one, like plenty. So if you like life, you have money, you know, you are middle income, upper middle income and all that, you are top 1%, then you probably want to live in Accra.
Yeah.
Right? If you lived in the cities like London, Ontario, Montreal, you've lived in places like in Italy, Spain, America,
Accra,
Dubai and things, you will not be comfortable outside Accra. You would be comfortable in Accra. And again, Accra is very cosmopolitan, and Accra has like diverse cultures. Right. Today I was talking to a friend who recently traveled to Dubai, and it was his first time. And I was saying that even within the Middle Eastern belt, Dubai is like the very open, welcoming place within the Middle Eastern belt, right? You don't necessarily need to cover your hair if you're a woman living in Dubai.
Okay.
Right. And Accra is like that.
Okay.
Accra has different religions.
Yes.
All dwelling together in unity.
Harmony as well.
What do you have to say about that?
I mean,
Like,
I totally agree, right? When you live in Accra, it's like generally Ghana is a free place, right? And Accra is also, they say stay by plan, but as long as you have a good plan, it's one of the freest places you can actually ever live. Right? It's the food road. People.
I agree with you. And then apart from that, also you have like different nationalities.
Yeah.
Foreigners, a lot of foreigners in Accra.
When you even enter Osu.
Yeah. Even outside of Osu.
Everywhere they are.
If you take the African context, right?
Okay.
You have a lot of Nigerians in Accra.
Yeah.
You have a lot of Burkinabes in Accra.
Okay.
Recently, when we had the swearing-in ceremony of the new president, there was like a whole Burkinabe community who came out to see their president.
Okay.
And I didn't know that we had a lot of them like that. We have, though this is more of like an issue right now, we have people who are from Mali, Niger, and Accra who are like begging on the streets and stuff.
Those are refugees.
Yes, they're refugees.
Okay.
We have a whole refugee camp, Liberian camp, Sierra Leonean camp. I have friends from Sierra Leone and Liberia who came here as refugees.
Okay.
And they are doing well in Accra. You get me? We have people from Senegal. I have friends from Senegal. Morocco, Egypt, living in Accra. And even if you look at some of the businesses that are really thriving in Accra within the Spintex and business district, you see Indians, you see Lebanese, Chinese predominantly, right?
Yeah.
So Accra is a place that all kinds of foreign nationals can come, settle in, and do business. And so if you want to move to Ghana and you're looking for a place where you can easily live, start a business, and it will thrive, it's Accra. Again,
Okay.
Accra has the highest population density in Ghana, right? So it tells you that more potential customers for whatever business that you are running, right? And so those are some of the reasons why people are living in Accra.
Yeah.
Styled by Phyllis says, watching from London, looking to open a fashion boutique in Accra. So example of what we are talking
Yeah.
about. Your fashion boutique will thrive in Accra as opposed to like Keita or
Okay.
somewhere Tamale.
Okay.
Right? What do you have to say?
I mean, that's true. That's definitely true. The type of business, like the fashion business, obviously will thrive way in Accra because the kind of markets you may be looking for is in Accra, right? And I'm sure she'll be targeting like the high-end fashion kind of people, right? And those people certainly live in Accra. But if you were, trying to set up, say, maybe a corn business, your clients may not be in Accra. So far, I mean, I totally agree with that kind of business. I mean, what would you have to say to that?
Yeah, so everything that they want to see, they should just put it in the comment section. We would love to read and hear from them. Again, we continue to move into our topic. Now, economic growth, right? Ghana enjoys a very stable political environment which supports consistent economic development and property value appreciation.
Okay.
Right. And for me, there's good news.
Yeah, it's always
Again,
good
the
news.
fact that the dollar has come down.
Okay.
There's very interesting. The people who are living outside Ghana, in the diaspora, the US, the Canada, the
Yeah.
Germany people, they are complaining because now when they send dollars, it means they are getting less cedis. And the price of building materials and stuff like that have not reduced. And so
you
if
have to
let's
spend more
say,
dollars.
yeah,
Okay.
so let's break it down. If previously you needed like a bag of cement is what? 130.
130 cedis.
Right. And then the dollar was 16 cedis.
Yeah.
So it means if you send like $100, that translates to 1,600 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
Today, if you send that $100, it translates to 1,300 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Or less.
Yeah.
And so that means that you are buying how many bags of cement? 10
10
bags.
bags of cement. Yeah.
Meanwhile, previously, that same $100 could buy maybe 12, 13 bags of cement. So they are getting less for their dollar.
Value for money.
And for us in Ghana, it's really good. We are even praying that the dollar gets to 1.
Because four prices are even going down.
Yeah. Me, I'm praying that the dollar gets to 1 cedi. Then we'll buy cars from the US. Brand new tier rubber cars.
Oh.
We'll buy MacBooks, we'll buy iPhones, and we'll buy the expensive houses that people are selling
Posh
for
houses.
$100,000, $200,000. We'll buy it for 100,000 cedis. Cheap.
The thing is, when the dollar drops to 1 cedi, my fellow brothers here will increase the prices of their houses. So if their house was selling for $90,000 and it becomes 90,000 Ghana cedis, they will start selling their houses for 200,000 Ghana cedis.
And for me, that's something that we need to look at. I pray it doesn't happen that way. We should be able to enjoy. People in the US have been enjoying of the increasing rate for a very long time. This is our time for us to also enjoy. Again, I want to hear what everybody is saying in the comment section. How is the dollar rate affecting your building project, your business, and all that? If you are like an importer and you live in Ghana, I think it's good news.
Yes.
For me, right, I'm really sad because we recently ordered solar cameras, right? A large quantity before the dollar started falling.
Yeah.
It really hurt me, because it meant that if I had just waited like a month, I would have gotten more solar cameras or paid less, but I paid a premium, And again, that's another reason why we are having this conversation, because people also say that living in Ghana is expensive, especially living in Accra. It's very expensive.
Yeah, it's very, very expensive.
So do you want to say something on that?
Yeah, I could tell you So for let me give a typical example, right? Let me start with the early example I gave with the Gen Z or the younger person. If you just finished university, your first degree, and you're doing your national service, ideally the national service pays as 715, right? Which is not even 10,000 Ghana cedis, right? And if you don't live in Accra, as in where your parents are not living here, and you're being posted
No,
somewhere.
explain the which is not 10,000 cities.
Okay.
You mean a year?
A year. So
Okay.
your 715 times the 12 months is not equal to 10,000 Ghana cedis.
And today, 10,000 Ghana cedis is what?
It's less than $1,000.
Okay.
Right.
So the whole year,
yes,
your national service allowance is less than 1,000.
somewhere $750, right, for the year. Okay, and now if you are posted in Accra, because national service they post you at places you don't exactly get. I mean, you get to control, but you don't have the overall control. So they post you in Accra, and now you live in Accra, and your rent, because your parents don't live here, your rent is a minimum of 500 Ghana cedis a month, right? You live in Spintex, for example. I know in Spintex there's no place that you find 500 cedis a month, but let's just say you do find one. And now you live in Spintex, your rent is 500 cedis a month. You move from Spintex to Circle. If you work in Circle, you're spending like 22 cedis a day. Ideally, your transportation a month, if we're using the 22 CD calculation, I'll just go a little bit faster. It'll be like 700 Ghana cedis in the entire month, right? Which is basically your salary.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're earning 715 and your TNT is 704, you're having like 11 cedis to yourself. Now, if you're going to eat once a day and you're spending 30 cedis on food every day for the 30 days, you're spending 900 Ghana cedis, right? And then if you drink water, obviously we all drink water, and you buy 5 bags of water because you live alone, right? That's 50 cedis in a month. And then with your rent, which is 500 cedis, you are spending a minimum of 2,300 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Which is more than you're earning in the month.
A lot of people are doing magic in this.
Yeah, which is more than so if you spend that 2,300 Ghana cedis in a year, you're probably spending a minimum of 25,000 Ghana cedis, which is say $2,100, right? Okay. So you're spending 25,000 Ghana cedis in the entire year when your salary is less than, and then at the end of the day, you're owing yourself or whoever you're borrowing the money from 17,000 Ghana cedis, right? Wow. So this is for somebody who just came out of school, has no support from anybody, and is going the normal route like an average earning Ghanaian. And you're not, mind you, you're not paying for electricity, but the cost I gave, you've not paid electricity, you've not paid for internet, you're just surviving, right? Wow. You not bought clothes. These are your clothes from university that you were wearing to go to work. You're already owing 17,000 Ghana cedis, and that's the cost of living in Accra.
All right, I get you. I mean, you are perfectly right. Now, let's read some of the comments coming in from the YouTube live, right? So, start by Phyllis, who says she's watching from London, is looking to open a fashion boutique in Accra. Now, her concern or dilemma is that she's still thinking about the location. Is Dansoman okay? Because East Legon is quite crowded when it comes to boutiques.
Okay.
Right. So, I want everybody who has experience and knows Accra to share their thoughts in the comment section. Is Dansoman better at having a boutique than East Legon? For me, right, based on my experience and all that, I think that it doesn't really matter. Today, with social media, you can market yourself very, very well.
Yes.
And become a top brand anywhere you live.
Okay.
Right? People may want to see the product and all that, and that's why you would want to have a physical storefront.
Yeah.
But have you done your market survey to see how many people are actually trooping into boutiques?
Yeah.
Because me, I don't remember the last time I went into a boutique.
Myself.
But we buy clothes.
Plus, the area you live in, area you sell in has a perception, right?
Yeah.
So if you're selling in East Legon, I think that people assume that you're higher, and if you're in Dansoman, they expect that maybe you're average. Dansoman has a large population of people. I think it's the largest estate they say in Ghana, the whole of Dansoman. Yeah. And East Legon is East Legon, so you'll be expecting the posh kind of clients. Yeah. Which, those people, they can order
they can order straight from London and stuff like that. Okay,
so
great.
It depends.
So let's read some of the comments again. Afnocrat says, watching from UK, Kubekro is another thriving area very close to it. It'd be interesting. We'll check it out. Hope says, please, no, it is affecting my income from the United States, and it's also crippling business ideas for myself here. So Hope is praying that our city suffers, because I'm sure he or she is probably earning dollars.
Yeah.
And so if they were being paid $1,000, it meant that previously they were earning 16,000.
Yeah.
They are
Now
big boys.
Yeah.
Big boys in the town.
Profit.
They go to the mall and buy everything, Charlie, living high class. I'm sure he or she drives a Mercedes or BM
Charlie.
or something of the sort.
Now
Now
then
their
he
salary
takes
has dropped from like
minus
16,000 to 12,000. And this person, you see, this situation is a really interesting situation because on the one hand, you are either very patriotic and wishing that Ghana does well, or on the other hand, you are really praying that Ghana dies so that you alone enjoy.
If the prices of things were going down, right, I don't think you'd be worried too much.
Yeah.
Right? The things that he was buying for the same amount with his current salary is the same thing he's going to buy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's why he's crying.
You have a good point. Now, Soja Man says the problem is not the appreciation of the city, but the fact that prices of goods remain the same. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Perfectly what you just described. We have Tina on the live interactive session. Tina, at any point in time, if you want to share your thoughts, you can just raise your hand and then we'll call you to share your thoughts, if that's okay. Now, let's move straight into the topic again. Right. So, like we said, people are moving into Accra because of opportunities, infrastructure development and all that. And the rate at which properties are coming up in Accra, the price at which land is selling, rent is going up, right? And houses are selling. It means that if you do your work well and you build your house at the right price point, you would make a good return on your investment.
Certainly.
You get me? And so that is another reason why a lot of people would want to come and invest in Accra.
Okay.
Right. People are buying land. People bought land years and years ago. Okay. Right. I know somebody who bought land at Dobro and they bought it for 20,000 cedis just like 3 to 4 years ago. Today, that land is selling for 100 to 200,000 cedis. Right. So this one is not doubling, no. It's like 5 times.
5 times.
7 times. Which is crazy, but that's the country that we live in.
Consider buying land in the Volta region.
You can consider buying land in the Volta. Okay. Right. So Mami Abba says, I agree with you as Soja Man. The economy is resetting, but the value is the same. Very interesting point. And they are laughing at Ghana. Right. So let's continue. I think that the opportunities are here in Accra a lot. And again, because of urbanization and the rate of rapid development within the city.
Yeah.
And a very youthful population in Accra, right? People are investing in entertainment sports. Hey, previously, you'll not hear, like, if you wanted to go to a restaurant, you are looking at Osu.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even think people go to Osu when they want to go and eat.
Oh.
Every corner you pass, East Legon, Danso Man.
Somebody is popping.
Like, there's a pub everywhere, there's restaurants there, and like the interior decor of these places are top notch, built and designed to attract the kind of Gen Z, younger middle income population. Right? The entertainment centers. Recently, we went to Bliss Event Center or something. Like the whole place was very lively at 10 p.m. I'm telling you, 10 p.m. that you think that it was a Sunday or something too. People, and 10 p.m. when we were leaving, it was now like this when people are coming. Choked. I'm telling you, boys, girls, couples. Oh, Charlie, coming to play bowling and stuff like that. You know, Charlie, see, there are places in Accra that even on a Monday night, there are people seated. And you go, we are going to work to drop the kids. You see people sitting down, drinking. Like, it's crazy. So if it comes to entertainment, chilling, living that kind of life, Accra has all the entertainment spots. And so anybody who likes that kind of lifestyle will readily be at home. Now, when it comes to healthcare, like we said in the intro, the top hospitals like 37 Military Hospital, Nyaho Medical Center, Kolebu, right here. Quality, top notch. Recently, there's this University of Ghana Medical Center.
Yeah, I've been there.
You've been there?
Hey.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, it's a nice. When I entered my first time there, I was like, hey, wow. Like the spacing, the environment, the lighting, is like it's on point.
I've seen videos of it. I've never been there.
It is on point.
It looks like it's some kind of hotel.
Yeah, they have like fire hydrants. Everything is like properly done. Emergencies and all of that. It's done. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Right. So again, those health facilities are here. Though it's sad that when our top politicians fall sick, all these things I'm talking about don't matter any longer. Straight to Dubai, London, etc., India for healthcare. Let's also continue to invest in health, right? I think that anybody who is looking at business opportunities, health is one thing that is really big in Accra.
That's lacking.
Every hospital, every clinic you go to, every single day, every time of the day and night, there's activity going on. There are patients there, right? So healthcare, and also if you look at the kind of lifestyle that especially the young people are living, why wouldn't they be falling sick? Don't be falling sick.
Well, we said this.
So pharmacies are doing well, hospitals are doing well, clinics are doing well, labs are doing well. If you want to invest in Accra, I think that is something that you can really consider as well. Again, education, top schools, like we mentioned, the best universities, some of the best universities in Africa are in Accra.
Let me add to the entertainment. This is
Okay,
the thing
tell
that
me about the
the thing that we Gen Z say, right? On Fridays, they say we don't advise on Friday, fashion Monday. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. So when entertainment is there, everything is here.
For entertainment, everything is here indeed, right? Now, the beaches and the leisure places are also in Accra. The top beaches are
this
in Accra.
one. I
You
was
disagree?
No.
Okay, tell me why you disagree.
What my eyes have seen is not in Accra. We're talking about beaches and nice places. I've experienced the Volta region, if I'm allowed to mention names, right? The Ellie Beach Resorts, the Reddington Chalet. When you go there, you realize that in Accra, it's just sand, loud music, and space. When you go to the Volta region, as an example, and you sit at the beach, right? It's not La Boma and La Badi that you get big gate fee. So you can walk to the beach, you have like quality time with your partner. Those who like romance, it's a place where you be excited. We have nice beaches in Accra, but compared to the ones in the Volta region that I've seen, and even Takoradi, they have beaches there, I believe so. Charlie, Accra is almost there.
Interesting. Now, when it comes to Accra, right? Accra is not like a one size fits all.
Yeah.
You know, there are prime areas. There are places where you will not even dream of going to ask of the price of land. Like it doesn't concern you. You see for sale, you will not even take out your phone to you just pass by. Right. And then there's the middle income areas, and then there's also the upcoming areas.
Yeah.
So in terms of some of the prime areas, right, we have places like East Legon, Cantonment, Airport Residential, and we have like drone footage of some of these places. So what you are currently seeing in your shots is the Villaggio apartment area. So this is at a place called Chiashi, which is also pretty close to the East Legon area, right? And this is one of the prime estates in Ghana. Now you can see the quality of the houses. Almost every house has a swimming pool. One of the former presidents has his house within that enclave, right? And it has a lot of trees, which is one of the things that the people in the diaspora, they really like, right? Because other places in Accra, they clear all the trees.
Even with the airport presidential area, when you enter, you're no longer in Ghana.
So you're no longer in Ghana. So what you are seeing is the Villaggio apartments, and there's rooftop swimming pools. This is peak prime.
Yes, we don't have earthquake
area. Yes, we don't have earthquake where you can fall off the swimming pool, right? But just look at this. This is beautiful. You will not think that this is Accra if they told you, right?
Yeah.
This is top, and the skyline is just beautiful. Look at these beautiful structures that you are seeing on your screen. And the thing is, you will find land to buy in this area, because even on the video, right, as you are watching the video, you notice that some of the lots are vacant. But very soon, in just a minute, we'll tell you how much land costs in these vacant lots that you are seeing on your screen, right? So this is Shiashi, Villaggio areas, as you can see, like very beautiful. And some people have actually bought 1 bedrooms in these apartments. So it's another kind of investment that a lot of people are doing, right? They buy like a studio apartment and stuff like that. And usually these ones, if you want to invest in them, they sell off plan.
Okay.
So we got like Val Real Estate and some of these people, Gold Key Properties, contacting us and saying, oh, they have these off plan properties that they are coming to put up. And the starting price for a 1 bedroom is like $110,000.
$110,000.
Yes, for a 1 bedroom apartment.
In
It's all
cities.
these.
In cities.
In cities, that's like maybe almost 2 million cities.
And Titica.
Billions of billions, right? So
Wow, okay.
yeah, and but it's people are buying.
They are fully furnished.
Yeah, fully furnished.
Okay.
Right, people are buying, and most of the people who are buying, they don't live in them.
Yeah.
They do like Airbnbs and rentals, short stays, and some of the rentals for like tallow oil workers and some of these, you know, because those people can afford to pay like $2,000 a month for rent, $3,000 and stuff like that. So there are also investment opportunities that I think people should consider. Now, apart from this is also cantonments. Now, if you look at the video you're shot, if nobody told you, you think this is another country, right? High rise, townhouses, greenery all over. There's no dirt road. All the roads are like fully, you know, asphalted and concreted. And the houses that you are seeing are houses you probably see in California and things like. See their houses on your street. Beautiful houses, amazing houses, right? Look at these, just very beautiful. The bank hospital, even the hospital that was built over there is like a hotel, right? Everything over here is just beautiful. Look at this hotel facility or rental facility, like beautiful. I would love to live here. And there's a lot of greenery as well, right? These are the places where everybody wants to live. Then again, we have the very famous East Legon area. You know, look at it right here in your shots. Again, when you look at the houses over here, really nice, very beautiful houses. The streets are good. The city is well planned. There are swimming pools in almost every house. And when you are in the plane and you are coming to land, you see these streets over here and a lot of greenery. So again, I want people who are watching to share their thoughts. Would you pay top dollar to live in East Legon, cantonment, or the Shiashi areas? Or would you rather take your money and go and buy big plots of land somewhere else outside of these areas and do a lot with it? Share your thoughts in the comment section. And again, if you are liking and enjoying this video, please click on the like, share this video, and subscribe, right? It will mean a lot to us. It will tell YouTube that, oh, this content is really good and really amazing. Now, Etonam, I know you disagree, right? Tell us why you disagree that people should live in Accra.
Yeah, well, I don't think people, I think Accra is overrated.
Okay.
I live in Accra, right? I've lived in Accra for as long as I can remember. And Accra is a nice place to live, yes, but the cost of living in Accra, like I'm always saying, is high, right? As to compare to places like the Volta region. Now, part of the reasons why people move from those areas is because they feel like there's no job there, right? But then you realize that rent in the Volta region is probably like 3,000 cedis a year, which is about $300, let's just say, right? Now, I think that if you are able to, for example, live in the Volta region, right? And you're able to invest in agric, right?
Yeah.
Where you can export your goods to Accra, since that's the center of business. Have yourself a friend or a supplier in Accra who you can supply to your goods, right? You make more than 3,000 cedis in a month living in the Volta region.
I see.
When your rent is 3,000 cedis a year. So now you have money for your rent. And in the Volta region, I'm very sure as you are farming as well, you're doing agric, even if you're not doing the products that you have, there are other people around that you can buy from.
Okay.
For usually cheap. And they even gift you because you're all in the same community. Because those people, there's more like this sense of community, you know, that energy.
Yeah.
Right? Over there. When in Accra, you're even afraid to eat from some places, right? So you end up spending less. You are involved in a business that's sustainable, for example, agric. And even if you work remotely, for those who work remotely, right? If you have your Starlink, if MTN decides to be strong, you live there, you are working remotely, you get whatever you need. All the resources we have in Accra, I mean the food, water, there's food, water over there, right? The roads, for example. I mean, you can drive.
No, I mean, it's a very good point to make here, because you think that Accra has all the roads, Now, when you get to Ho has really good roads,
Really, really good roads.
and it's comparable to the cantonments and
Very,
other
very
areas.
much.
The drive there is also very smooth.
Yeah.
There's no traffic and all that.
Which I can bet you that for somebody who has lived in the Volta region, like you have lived in Accra for maybe let's say 20, 30 years, they could tell you that they've probably never seen traffic before. Because you drive for like 25 minutes and there's no traffic.
Wow.
Right? Not to say that there are people that don't have cars. They have cars.
Yeah.
But it's not as congested as Accra because
Yeah.
all of you have left to come and stay here. Right?
Okay.
So
So let's look at some properties for sale within some of the prime areas in Accra, right? So this one that we are looking at is a luxurious 4-bedroom, fully furnished villa for sale at East Legon American House for $750,000.
How many bedroom?
$750,000. 4 bedrooms.
4-bedroom.
Yeah.
East Legon.
Fully furnished.
East Legon.
Yes, East Legon.
Okay.
Does it make sense to you?
It
Now, if
depends.
you look at the property, you can see that the whole compound has been tiled.
Okay.
There's literally no tree on the compound.
Wow.
Yeah, and for me, that's one of the issues. Okay, there's some tree, two trees over here, and it looks like a glass house kind of thing.
Okay.
Somebody should let me know what they think about that. And again, there's another property over here, which is a cantonment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment unit, right, for sale. And again, it's fully furnished. So like I keep saying, these are investments that you can make,
Okay.
and then you can rent it out for short let, Airbnb, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And 1 bedroom, the bedroom is on the top floor.
Okay.
The space is not
Nice
very
view.
big. Yeah, but you get some decent sized toilet, facility, bathroom, and all that. And then the downstairs is an open living area, kitchen kind of concept.
Okay.
What you are seeing potentially could be sold to you for $120,000. Again, I want to hear from the viewers. Do you think that is a good investment or not? And then next, we are going to move to where the upper middle income people would want to live. So some of the upper middle income places will be like the Spintex where you live,
Okay.
right? And then we'll look at the land cost in those areas as well in just a minute, right? So you can see places like Spintex, you can see places like Dansoman that we spoke about where somebody wants to have their boutique, and then Tema, right?
Okay.
Especially the community 25 areas.
Hey.
Now, Spintex is a very rapidly developing area. In fact, for me, I think it's fully developed at this point.
Overly developed.
Overly developed.
Yeah,
right?
because end to Spintex, you have from Junction Mall, which is let's say Nungwa, from Junction Mall to Accra Mall to every mall you Ghana International Mall, which is still under completion. Every mall you think about in Ghana is in Spintex. Every shop. I don't know any company in Ghana that doesn't have an office in Spintex. Everybody's in Spintex. So it's overly developed. Everybody.
Yeah, and you also have like the place where if you are building and you want to finish your house, you're the finishing materials, tiles, water closet things, lighting, everything at Spintex. So land at Spintex is also very expensive. Recently, somebody booked us for consultation, and they wanted us to go and take a look at a property that they wanted to buy at Spintex, right? And when I got there, I realized immediately that the place was waterlogged.
Yeah.
Right. And then 2, the property was a 4-bedroom house.
Okay.
Right. 1 story, or 2-story building. Let me just say ground floor and first floor. Right. And then it wasn't fully furnished.
Okay.
It wasn't even fitted.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't fitted, and it was selling for $185,000.
4-bedroom.
And it's not on the main Spintex road. Yeah, 4-bedroom. Right. It wasn't even painted.
Hey.
You get me? So it's kind of like, it's an uncompleted building. He's roofed it and everything. There are doors and all that, electricals and stuff like that, for almost $200,000. I think the price is generally okay.
Yeah.
If you look at other properties around that area, right? If you go to Chado, it's a different ball game altogether. A 4-bedroom house could be selling for $300,000, $400,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But considering that all the houses in the area had rising damp issues, like dampness issues, for me, I think it was a bit overpriced.
Okay.
Yeah. the
Oh,
area,
what part
the
of
house.
Spintex?
So it was,
Because I get people say they live in Spintex, right?
Yeah.
But when you go, no, it's actually not Spintex, right? They are writing on the name of Spintex, but they don't live in Spintex. So it could be like Lashibi, but they'll tell you they live in Spintex,
okay.
right? Lashibi and Spintex are like, it's like maybe Kwabinya and Ashoman,
Okay.
right? But if Scott Spintex has the name, they will say Spintex. See, so then they end up riding on the theme of Spintex when it may not be Spintex. So in Lashibi, it ideally would be cheaper, but because it's tagged Spintex and they know that Spintex has price, they'll say I live in Spintex. And you go and go waterlog and then you pay $250. That's $250K. Yeah.
And in future, they having issues as well. They need to be doing a lot of renovations and stuff. Let's read some of the comments. Soldier Man says $750,000 prices of houses and land are just overpriced in Ghana. So that's the spot on the house that's selling at cantonment. But don't worry, I'll show you the price of the land at cantonment, and maybe you understand why the house over there is selling at that price. Right. Okay, this was even American houses. Kobe KT says, hi guys, new to the show. How about Ashman? How's the area perceived? How would you perceive Ashman?
The one I've seen, I heard they have two Ashomans, the old and the estate one. Oh, it's actually okay. The estate one is actually a nice place. Right, the roads are okay, averagely, but it's a very nice place to live. It's just
you pay like $100,000 for land in that area.
Oh no, I will not. I will not.
Pay for land in that area?
Say like 80,000.
Oh, thank you very much for drawing me to the point that my mic is muted. So let me read the comments again, right? So Jaman says $750,000. Prices of houses and land are just overpriced in Ghana. Kobe Kente says, hi guys, late to the show. How about Shaman? How is the area perceived? And then Jaman, okay. So Mami Abba says, Accra is indeed overrated. The cost of living here is high, but I'll still invest in property in Accra. All right, fantastic. So let's go back to the developing areas. How do you perceive Dansoman?
Dansoman is, I've lived in Dansoman before.
Okay.
It's a chill place to live, right? There's a community as well.
Okay.
It's a big estate, but it's a nice place to live. The roads are actually also good.
Yeah, the roads are really, really good.
They have almost everything, not like Spintex, but they have almost everything there. It's not bad at all. The roads are good. The people are nice as well, right? Yeah.
If you say that people are nice, what are you talking about?
Oh no, so you see some communities in some places, the people are Puno, right?
Bros.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand you.
I want to say people are nice, as in like they are friendly. They are more friendlier than other places, right? They don't look at you 2 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right. So I'm sure you guys can hear me now. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. I'm sorry about the break in the audio. If you can hear me, please comment and also like the video, right? Like. Really, really important. Right. So let's move to the affordable and upcoming areas, right? So we have Kaswa, we have the Adenta East areas, right? So places like Oyibi, places like going to the Ebri areas, right? And then we have the Pokuase, Amasama, Ofanko, or there's some kind of road, right? A lot of people look down on Kaswa, but Kaswa Kaswa is actually a nice place.
Let's be honest. They have nice parks in Kaswa.
Okay, I don't know any park in Kaswa.
Oh, there is. They have some in some gated community. I don't remember the name.
Okay.
When you go there, they have some nice astroturf there. Maybe it's not in Kaswa, but it's close to Kaswa.
Yeah.
It's like around like the Ouija
side. Yeah. And one mistake that a lot of people make is that they put the whole Malam Ouija area as Kaswa, right? And Kaswa is really known for a lot of bad things in Ghana. A lot of robbery, a lot of land guard issues, a lot of crazy things. Like Kaswa is almost always in the news every week. And that's why it's gotten a bad vibe. But places like Nyanya, where some of the people within our community are building at, Seaside, Charlie, that's nice, right? And there are places, and there are opportunities there. Lots of people live at Kaswa.
Okay.
And so if you are a business, there's the whole market ready for you.
Yeah.
So people should look at that as well and stop just thinking about the bad vibe that Kaswa has gotten, right? Because the security situation will definitely improve. It will become
Eventually.
a thing of the past, right? Even at Showman Estates, when we moved to Showman Estates in like '96, there was this famous serial killer or whatever living here. Yes, no, I'm serious.
Yeah, serial
There
killer
was a serial killer at Ashorman called Dr.
Dr.
Becky.
Becky. Okay, yeah, okay.
And he was living here.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, and
Catch kids.
he was kidnapping kids and all that. So the place had a very bad vibe. But today at Showman Estates, you know, it's like senior level area.
Yeah.
You get me? And land is costing like $50,000 to the $100,000
Yeah.
in Ashorman Estates.
Okay.
Places like Ablekuma previously had a very terrible and a very bad vibe as well.
Okay.
There were land guard issues.
Okay.
There was a policeman who was murdered. He was Kofi Ninja or Kweku Ninja or something, and Tola.
Hey,
They were murdered and then cut into pieces and put into the foundation of a building or whatever. Oh, those people who remember, comment and let me know if you remember that history.
Wow.
Right? So back then, nobody would want to buy land in Ablekuma. But today, because of the Pokwasi interchange, because of like development, and the fact that people like you, right, you don't even know that story.
Not at all.
So if somebody is selling land to you over there, you would buy it readily.
Yeah.
You get, and the land in those areas are relatively way affordable than the places we just spoke about, the Fintechs, the Ansoman, the Tema, the cantonments and stuff like that, right? So people will buy. Places like Pram Pram used to have a very bad vibe for land guards.
Yeah.
But now if you go there, the kind of houses. Anyway, there's a 3-bedroom house selling at $99,000 at Pram Pram. It's just 5 minutes from the main Pram Pram Aflao Road.
Yeah.
It's called Lumora Uno. We have a video on that on our Instagram and TikTok. So if you're not following us on Instagram or TikTok, please by all means follow us. It's called Africa Building Hub everywhere, right? You'd see it. You can pay just $50,000 and move in immediately and pay the rest of the
keys.
$49,000 in like 12 months.
Yeah.
Right. And it's furnished.
Yeah.
And has state-of-the-art appliances and all that.
Yeah.
We'll do like a long-form video this week for you to see it. But I'm just saying all these so that people know that places that used to have
it was in a
bad
gated
vibe,
community. You didn't add that.
in a gated community. So places that have like a very bad vibe, with time the security situation improves.
Yeah.
People forget about it.
Yeah.
And it gets a good vibe. And land sells over there.
Expensive.
Very expensive, right? So these are some of the things that you need to consider. The comments are coming in like water, so let's read some of them. So Jamal says Kaswa is a republic on its own.
And they say Kaswa, they have their own.
They should have their own president.
Their own currency.
They should have their own flag and their own anthem. Millie Abuaji says New Wager is a nice area too. The West Hills Mall and surrounding areas are one to look at. Interesting, I agree. So Jamal says, the 2 police officers, I remember the story, right? So
Sujaman, so I didn't remember. No, it's Sujaman. It's in the history of Sujaman.
Oh, okay, because he's a soldier. Yeah. Right. So let's look at some of the places. Kaswa offers like significantly lower property prices, but comes with challenges of distance from central Accra and traffic congestion. Rapid development is improving amenities and infrastructure, making it attractive for budget-conscious buyers.
Okay.
Now, Adenta is known for affordable housing projects and proximity to educational institutions like the University of Ghana, the Valley View University, and stuff like that. And it's popular with students and young families, though transportation can be challenging. Adenta areas have one of the worst traffic in Accra. But if other access routes are properly
if the train was even working.
Even if a train system, a BRT system works in Ghana, you could literally live in Kaswa, even Kumasi, and come to work in Accra, right?
True.
Because the bullet train in Japan does over 400 kilometers per hour.
Well, you have taken this economy to in the last 5 seconds.
Somebody's asking, what's your thoughts on Oyarifa? That's Manolis Young. Oyarifa, what do you think about Oyarifa? And again, not just to us, but to everybody who is watching. I want you to share your thoughts. Yeah.
They have trees. The air is cool. It's a nice place. The air is good. They have trees. It may be pricey now because everybody is going there.
Yeah.
But I think it's good.
I agree completely. Oyarifa is a really, really nice place. But there are a few pockets of litigation issues over there. So make sure that before you buy your land, you do your due diligence in Oyarifa and those areas, right? So Jaman says Kweku Ninja and Tola in 1998. Now he's giving us good.
Yeah, that's right. Do we talk about the traffic congestion in Accra?
Yeah, you did mention the traffic
Let me
congestion.
give you an example.
Okay, give us.
Back to Circle to Spintex, right? If you close at 5 and you live in Spintex from Circle and you are using Trotro, obviously, when the bus is for you leave at 5 to 5:30, you may most likely get home around 7:20, 7:30, depending because they stop, pick people, traffic. If your Trotro driver is law abiding, you will get home at 8. Right? But if the train also works, which is like a 1 hour from Circle to Spintex, so you get home at 6. So from 5 to 6. Right? So I mean, no rapid city will not have challenges, right?
Yeah.
So the traffic congestion, because all of us live here, and one family like his has like 20 cars. I mean, there will be traffic. So.
Right. So Jaman says Adenta is actually one of the best places in Accra, and I agree. Adenta also has very good roads, really, really good roads. Right. Yeah. The housing area and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Very, very good roads in those areas.
That one is true.
Yeah, and it has these places that the youths like to go and chill at.
When you enter this one place called Little Legon, it's a new Legon.
Okay.
That one, the road is not as good as.
Yeah, that place is nowhere near Legon, actually. It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's nowhere near Legon.
Right. So let's look at some of the prices of land in some of the prime areas in Accra, right? Osu today, right? And we went on Gigi before we came here. We did some searches and stuff like that. So we have all the data here, right? Osu is selling for like 1,000. Hey, did I say 1,000?
1,000. I'm shocked. Osu.
It starts from $1.5 million to $2.5
get
million
land in Osu
per acre, right? And so if it's per acre, and for those who don't know what an acre is like 4 plots of land in Accra. In Ghana, because Ghana we do 100 by 70.
Yeah.
Right? So it's literally 4 plots, and it means that if you are looking at 2 million or 2.5, it means a plot is selling for like $600,000.
Okay, but I didn't even available lands in Osu. To be
honest. There's land in Osu. I go on gg.com.
No, I mean, they are there. You see them, but
and again, Osu too might have some of like the litigation issues and all that.
Chieftaincy issues.
Right. Yeah. So, for example, if we went back to do our search, and then we say we are looking for land to buy at Osu, right? So we are going to filter, and then we are going to say we are looking for. You can filter according to the location, right? So I'm going to look for land for sale at Osu, right? And so when I input the location, I'm going to go to Greater Accra. So you can do this on Gigi, right? For those who are not familiar with Ghana and how things work. And IJKLM, I don't even see Osu, but you let me search and see if I'll see Osu. Yeah, so there are 79 ads for Osu.
Okay.
And if you look at all of Osu, 0.44 acres, right? They're selling for 23 million. Right, and then we have another 32 million for 2.5 plots plus a 5-bedroom house. And then we have a 13 million house. And most of these houses are very old.
Waterlogged that you are seeing.
Yes, most of these houses are waterlogged and very, very old as well.
Man.
Right, and there's 2 plots by the main road for 9 million cedis, which is kind of less than $800,000 dollars. Right, so it's not bad. There's also 1 million outright. And then a lot of their houses in Osu are very, very old. So essentially, if you are buying, you are demolishing it. So there's this 100 by 70 plot of land with an old house on it at Akko, I'm sure maybe Akko or something for sale. And they're selling for 5.6 million cedis. Crazy. And there's 4 plots of land for sale at Northridge for 27 million cedis, right? So Osu is very expensive. But guess what? Cantonments is even more expensive, selling for between 2.8 million to $3 million per acre. And so if you break it down, you are looking at essentially, again, somewhere $400,000 to $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 per plot.
Help me out here. When they say outright, it means you're paying the full price.
Yes. Yeah, you're paying the full price.
I see.
There's no.
Now, I was trying to convince myself that it's not like that's not what you do.
No, that's exactly what you do. We are not doing installments.
What I'm seeing is you're paying the 4 million
Yeah, I'm paying
Outright.
$4 million.
Outright.
Yeah.
No talk about anything.
No. There's no negotiation.
Cool.
Right. So let's read some of the comments, right? George Grace Opoku says, what about Ablekuma Omega? I think we've spoken about Ablekuma. That is generally fast developing. It connects to very key critical areas. It's not far from the Pokwase in Sawam Highway.
Okay.
Because you are connected to the Pokwase interchange, and from there you can get to Accra, Chimota, and all those. Again, if you are looking at moving to like the central regional areas,
Okay.
it's in a very key location. It's fast developing. Fast developing. I wonder if you even get land for sale that has not already been sold to somebody at the Ablekuma area. Limuel Trading says, OEB is fast developing as well. I agree. So Jaman says, if there's land in Osuda, prepare another $2 million for litigation.
Hey, honestly, you.
Right. So Ningo Pram Pram, you can get, land or acres for 750,000 to 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Right. So 4 plots. Again, I want to hear what people think about it. Will you buy a plot of land? Essentially, a plot, it's like 150,000 cedis to like 200,000 cedis.
Okay.
Would you buy a plot of land at Ningo Pram Pram for that amount? Or you still move further away towards Adan or move towards Ho Kita instead, where land you can get for 30,000 to 70,000 cedis? Okay. Right. Again, I want to hear those watching the live and those who will be watching the replay. What your thoughts are? So which price bracket will you be more comfortable with?
So while they're sharing their thoughts, if you want to rent land in the Volta region for, let's say, agri farm, right, for a period of 4 years, you'll be paying 5,000 cedis.
Okay.
Right? So for 4 years, you pay 5,000 cedis.
No, 5,000 per month or...
Oh, no, the 4 years.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. For 4 years, the total cost of rent, 48 months is 5,000 cedis. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to do your product, agree what to grow your farm, whatever, 4,000 cedis.
Wow.
Right.
So it means that every month you are paying what? 100 Ghana cedis essentially.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So if I'm going to spend money on, if I'm trying to do agri, right, and I'm going to spend 2 million, 20 million.
No, obviously you're not going to buy a 2 million property and say I do agri.
That one. I cannot do.
Come on.
I cannot do that. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay.
But if it's like, no, even with that, say, if you're going to do a luxury hotel, depending on the area, go to those places nobody's going.
Yeah, but nobody is going there for a purpose, right? We are not going there because there's nobody who is coming to rent the place. You get me? So let's continue with
you that you like peace of mind, you will go there.
I hear you. So Afienia and Environs are also selling for like $800,000 to $1 million per acre. So that translates to about 200,000 to 250,000 cedis per plot. And you see, the first two, those two encantoments, they are priced in dollars.
Yeah, no.
The rest are priced in cedis. Abelemkpe is also very expensive.
Jolu
area. Like 2 million to 3 million cedis per acre again. So you are looking at roughly 500,000 to 800,000.
Jolu is one of the high/middle expensive people place. Let's not leave that out. I got part of the cantonment East Legon Jolu is also part.
Yeah, but you see, for me, I don't mind if the place is expensive, but the place needs to be worth it, right? My neighbors should be good quality neighbors. I have a video, one day I'll show it on this channel, where there's a whole slum by the railway at Jolu. So there's the affluent side.
Oh, I've seen.
Where the Compu Ghana and things are. Then behind it, the next lane, there's a washing bay. People are selling pigs. And then there's the slum by the railroad. And that slum goes all the way to Spintex. And these are some of the places that we are calling prime. But people are living there for almost free. I don't know how they got the land over there. Right? They are living in wooden structures.
But that's how they came there to get it.
No, but how?
They came there, nobody sacked them, so they stayed.
Yeah, but I can't pay top dollar and then my neighbors
are selling pig.
Yeah, but it's a security issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and places like cantonments, I haven't seen any slum in cantonments. So cantonments, I give top respect to it because the diplomats and who are over
I'll
there.
try and look see if I'll find something.
Please go and find
I'll
it
see
and
if I'll
come and
find
show us. Give us video evidence, else we won't believe you. But East Legon,
Okay.
with all the hype, has a lot of slums.
Yeah, plenty.
Yeah, you get me? And Laboni too, I haven't seen a lot of slums over there.
Laboni is
Laboni is
it's
proper
prime.
prime area.
Yeah.
Even Osu, there are lots of baller areas in Osu.
So yeah, it's past glory.
Yeah, but you see how much they are selling it for.
Yeah, past glory.
You get me? So
I just have
some
to
of
wait.
the land prices for me, they don't make sense at all. And Tesano is another expensive area,
Yeah.
but Tesano also has good everything.
Good everything.
Media houses are there, City
Yeah.
FM, Peace FM, all these places are over there at Tesano, right? So let's move into the guide if you are buying property or land in Accra, and let's get ready to wrap up, right? So first of all, we need to look at like the budgeting options for whether you're buying the property or you're buying the land. You need to have money to finance. Some people are selling it outright, some are not negotiable and all that. So for me, one thing I believe in is always have some money stored up in either savings or investments.
Okay.
Because sometimes people sell their lands under distress, right? A lot of people, strangely, are leaving the country, and they are selling their lands like crazy. And they keep coming to us at Africa Building Hub to sell their lands. And so again, if you have land that you want to sell, come, bring it. If the land price is good, maybe we'll buy it. If not, we'll sell it for you at a fee, right? So based on the data that we are sitting on, we see a lot of people selling their land to leave the country.
Yeah.
And because usually they have a short period to leave, they are selling it at very affordable price. So if you have some bulk money saved somewhere, you can make some good, savings on land purchase and even property purchases. You get me? So those are the first ways. You can finance. Ghana, we hardly do credit.
Yeah.
Hard cash or mortgage.
Okay.
And again, it depends on your salary level. If you're a bit on the lower side, go and find land that fits your budget. That's what.
No, but when you say that, if I'm on the lower side, the land that will fit my budget is in Koforidua, or it's in Volta, or it's somewhere far away from Accra, right? I don't have car.
Yeah.
I'm going to look for land in the Volta region. I don't have car. I'm stressing myself.
I get you, but that's what you can afford. that's what you can afford.
But the stress is come.
So that's what I think we should look at as well, right? Somebody is asking me, do I know Labonia Papa? I know Labonia Papa. That is moving towards the Labadi side of it, but the Laboni proper, you won't find those slums over there, right? So you need to have a way to be able to, buy your land or your property, and again, when you are buying your land or property, there are hidden costs you won't know about. So somebody alluded to the fact that if you are buying land in Osu, then you should have like $2 million for litigation. And unfortunately, because there's a lot of demand in Accra, and it's the same portion of land, there's interest by multiple parties. You get multiple sales of land, you get a lot of scammers and all that. And so the hidden cost is the cost of you doing your due diligence. That's one. The cost of probably getting a lawyer, the cost of doing your search at Lands Commission, the cost of applying the common wisdom principles that we preach here on Africa Building Hub. Don't pay full amount. Get into a contract with the seller and then pay something you can afford to lose. And then also have some money around for sorting out people, like the digging fees, and the stool people and the family people who come and tell you that they didn't get a part of the money and all those things. You need to have money there to be sorting them out, right? And the hooligans in the area who don't work and say, oh, they're not coming to attack you. Oh, boss you. Can we get something? We are the boys who be, you'll be sorting them out.
You forgot to mention that start something, and then if the land, those people come, you know that, okay, there's a problem over here.
Yeah. So all those, the cost of building a wall, the cost of building a fence and doing all those things just to secure your land, right? All those things are hidden costs that you need to check. Then again, there's also the search and things like that we've spoken about. So there are really good websites and applications that you can use to search on land. So there's our partner Zip Code. Zip Code is in Ghana and Africa. And so you can just go on their website, zipcode.com, and then you can find all the properties that are listed: lands for sale, land
Yeah.
for rent, house for rent, house for sale, and all those. So it's spelled ZIIPCODE, zip code. There's also Mikasa, which is a very popular site.
Yes, yeah.
And then there's also the GG and things like that. Those places are not very structured, unlike zip code and Mikasa,
Yeah.
which is very structured. They do a certain level of due diligence and verification on the sellers. But GG gives you an idea of what the going rate is and all that.
And he has safety tips. Don't
Yeah.
trust anybody.
Exactly. Then, of course, you need to do your due diligence, like we said, and then negotiate if negotiation is allowed for the property. What other tips would you give to anybody who is looking at buying land or building in Accra? Share all of them in the comment section. Like this video and share with as many people as possible. And stay tuned. We have a lot of amazing content coming up. Again, if you want to purchase solar cameras for your building project, these solar cameras you can use to monitor the progress of your building project completely remotely using your phone. So anywhere in the world, you just need your phone, and it has two-way audio. So you can listen to people talking on your site. You can use it for your ongoing project work, or even when you have completely moved in, you can buy these. They use 4G SIMs, and because it's solar powered, you don't have to worry about the doom source situation, the lack of electricity and all that. They are very robust, waterproof, and it comes with 128 gig of storage. So all you need to do if you are looking at purchasing one, right, is to send us an email. Our email address is on the screen, abh@abhcollabs.com, and then we would help you to get a solar camera. You can buy 4, buy 5, buy 10, and use it to monitor the status of your building project. And we just want to say a very big thank you to everybody who has stayed on for this long. If you've watched up to this point, what we want you to comment is Happy Mother's Day to the amazing mothers in the Africa Building Hub community. Once you comment this, we know you watched till the end, whether you're watching the live or the replay. We wish you all the very best in your building project. We wish you a very blessed week, and may the month of May be fruitful for you. We'll see you same time, God willing, next week. Thanks, Bibre.
Thanks, Bibri.